Hi everyone. If you're new here, I am Kanchan Sharma, a CA finalist and doing my articleship at PwC in statutory audit domain. So this is basically my week 4 of that 75 days challenge. So this week update, I'll keep it little shorter because I noticed apparently my other weekly updates has become full and documentary altogether. So this week I'll just keep it very crisp and short. Yeah, say hi to my new pimple. Okay, so let's keep it very simple and let's talk about how my week 4 actually went. So first we'll talk about the work, like how was the work at office and was it manageable or not. As I mentioned in my earlier videos that since it is a peak audit season, it was gonna be hectic and yeah, there was some days where I stayed in office till late. But I would say till now, for now it is a bit manageable from my end and all. And I think for this I'll be very thankful to my team with I'm working with. And yeah, if I summarize my office cutting in a very small and crisp manner, it will be there was some days where which went hectic and which where I felt overwhelmed and all, but I think apart from that it was a bit manageable. And on Friday I did work from home, so I think yeah, because there was some injury in my leg and yeah, I'm still recovering from that. But apart from these, it was good and the work and all everything went well as of now. So one thing that I've realized during my articleship that there is no 2 weeks that will look exactly same. There will be days when you will feel like that you have understood everything, you know everything and all. But the same next week it will be like you're sitting in front of your Excel and you will be wondering what is happening with my life. So I think yeah, slowly and like since I'm a senior now, since I'm a senior article now, I am pretty comfortable with my work right now and yeah, and I think that itself is an actual win-win situation. Okay, now coming back to our study update. So this week I really wanted to be very consistent with my studies. So honestly, if I'll tell you, this week I was focusing more on understanding the concept instead of completing the lecture itself, because in the last week what I was doing is even my if all the AFM lectures are for 3 hours long, so even if my lecture is getting completed at 3 or 4 o'clock, I was staying up that late and knowingly that I'm having office tomorrow, and उसकी वजह से in office I was feeling tired, and of course your body will require some level of rest and all, because again you will be having a very long day at office. So I've for now, basically for this week, I'm not really sure about what strategy I'm going to be following for the next week, but this week what I did was, suppose मेरा 3 hours का lecture है, then उसमें there will be some concept notes, so I'm focusing more on understanding the concept instead of consuming or instead of attending the whole lecture at once. And I think in that way my conceptual clarity and the way I'm looking at that lecture, the way I'm looking at the concept has also changed. So I think that this thing is a very good thing, so this week I followed this. I'm not really sure if I'll be continuing this in my next week, because if I go by this approach, then apparently to be because I'm planning to complete this AFM thing by the September end. But if I go by this pace and if I go by this approach, then there might be the chances कि मेरा जो भी AFM का lecture है वो September तक complete ना हो पाए और वो further delay हो जाए. So I am literally juggling between these two approaches, but apparently when I'm following this approach I feel more confident instead of getting blanked at the end of the lecture. So I'm yeah, for now this is the thing, and I'll let you know if there is any change in the plan. Okay, so about the study update, I'll start with the last Sunday, because last Sunday का मैंने update नहीं दिया था. So last Sunday में I've completed one AFM का lecture. Then comes to Monday also, as I told you, I was focusing more on the concept rather than the completing that lecture altogether. So on Monday I've when I woke up I studied audit ka 2 to 3 pages, and I think I was more in future, more in this week I'm planning to read audit ka pages, basically not whole together, not a concept as a whole, but 2 pages each and every day, so that I can be very consistent with my audit records. What I'm saying, okay, sorry. Yeah, so that I can be comfortable with my audit as well, along with my AFM. So on day one, I've read 2 pages, and this 2 pages was from the introduction phase, introduction chapter only. So it was I'll not count it as anything. And then I came back home, I went to office, and then when I came back home, I completed my AFM का lecture, and now I have started like my merger and acquisition. That merger chapter was pending, so that I have completed. And then comes to Tuesday. On Tuesday, again I started my day with audit ka two pages, and now I was like on like Monday I was studying more of like professional ethics. I have started. No, I've like it is not like I've started like fully, but I'm just in the mid of professional ethics. So those two pages I've read, and then I went to office again, and then I got with my rest of the day. And when I came back home, I studied AFM, and I followed the same routine for Tuesday as well. I wrote two pages of professional ethics when like before going to office, and then when I came back, I studied AFM, and that lecture was around for uh, 2.5 hours, so it took me around like 3 hours or something, 3.5 hours. And then again, I followed the same thing for the rest of the days, like being it like Tuesday was on, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I did work from home. So yeah, I was doing my work during the day, and then when I logged off, I continued with my AFM lecture. Yeah, and then comes the Saturday. So I'll just give you the brief overview of how I like earlier weekends went. So if I like go back and see, then I have like even on weekends also, I was like I completed only one lecture, and that I think that is the one mistake that I have been doing from all this weekends. Okay, so but I feel like if on weekdays as well like completing one lecture, and on weekends also I'm completing one lecture, then what is the point of having that weekend? I am not utilizing my weekend to the full potential. So that is what I realized this weekend, and on this Saturday I completed basically two lectures of portfolio management. Now don't ask me where this portfolio management came all together, because there was two lectures of portfolio management that was pending, so I thought I'll just complete them, and now one lecture of portfolio management is pending. I started with this merger and no, not merger. I have started with derivatives. So like I'm doing derivatives as well right now. I know like don't think like I'm jumbling both these things, because पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट में क्या हुआ था, मैंने उसको पूरा स्टार्ट कर दिया था, एंड देन बीच में आई जस्ट स्टॉप वॉचिंग लेक्चर्स लाइक फॉर 2 weeks और समथिंग. देन मेरा जो पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट का जो भी लिंक था वो पूरा का पूरा ब्रेक हो गया था. सो आई व्हेन आई वाज स्टार्टिंग आई रियली डोंट वांट टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट वेयर everything is there and there. So that's why I started with a new chapter. But now since I'm going with like moving forward, like I have to complete the backlog of it. And only 3 lectures were like pending. Now as I've completed only one is pending. Saturday basically I completed 3 lectures, and 3 of them was for a roundish. No wait. Derivatives का basically the lecture was around for 4 hours, but मैंने पूरा 4 hours नहीं पढ़ा देखा. I just watched around like 2 hours. So I'll just say 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2 will be around 8 hours something. What happened? I just turned on the timer so that I can see how long it took me to watch this lecture. So till those two portfolio management lecture, it was fine. It was around like 5 hours something. Okay, and then what I did, I just turned it on, and I was watching my derivative ka lecture, and then I forgot to stop the timer only. I slept in, but then I forgot to stop the timer, and when I woke up, it was showing 10 hours. Oh yeah, I wish I could have turned it off. Like going forward, I just keep it in mind. And yeah, like that is how till now my week went. And I think yeah, I have made a good progress over the weekend, and I'm planning to do the same thing over the next weekends as well. Okay, so if I give you a quick summary, then there was the days where I was feeling a bit productive. There was the days where I just came back from office and I felt like I just need to sleep. Just trying to remind myself that consistency does not necessarily mean that you have to sit for the 5 hours and all. Sometimes it just simply means like studying for 1 hour and do the best that you can do. Yeah, this mindset is helping me to not completely give up on the days where things are not going as per the plan. Okay, to summarize week 4, so I'll say it was not the perfect week as in, but it was not the bad one also. I didn't accomplish everything from the plan, like reading 2 pages of audit for like entire week. I did for like 2 to 3 days, but not for the entire week. But yeah, but I did accomplish like couple of things from the plan, and I think that is more all of win-win situation as of now. So for week 4, I'm planning to focus more on my productivity rather than just ticking off that thing that I've completed. That lecture along with that, I'm planning to study at least 2 pages of audit each and every day so that I can cover both my AFM and audit at the same time. And then once AFM is done, I can move on to FR. So let's see how it goes. And if you are also going through your own phase of trying to balance things out at once, then just remember you are not alone. We are all figuring it out as we go. So don't think you are alone. And if in case you want help with anything else, you can comment it down and you can reach out to me wherever you can find me. And yeah, and I think that is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care and bye bye. Love you so much.